Hey, we all get cravings for food sometimes, don't we? But you know what we all want? We all want what we can't have in life. Sometimes we have cravings for food that we can't have because they stopped making them years ago, unfortunately. My name is Danny Burke. Let's crave and cry together. This is the top 10 discontinued food items we miss, part 6. Starting off at number 10 now, we have Big Stuff Oreo. These things were first released in 1984 and there's not really much to say about them, to be honest, other than they were like normal Oreos, but massive. If you want to talk numbers, they were actually 10 times the size of a normal Oreo. They were sold in packs of 10 and each one contained 316 calories. That's about 14% of an adult's entirely calorie intake for the day. They were discontinued in 1991, presumably because the normal human-sized Oreos sold a lot better. At number 9 now, we have Black Pepper Jack Doritos. Doritos have released a lot of different flavors over the years, but Black Pepper Jack might be one of the most missed. It was released back in 2004 and was said to taste surprisingly like pepper jack cheese. I say surprisingly because most things that say they taste like a certain cheese usually don't, but apparently these were different. The black pepper kick wasn't as strong, but hey, nobody cared. Nobody out there is eating Doritos because of their taste accuracy, let's be real. We eat them because they put some sort of addictive substance in there, haven't they? I don't know what it is. At number 8 now, we have Munchums. Do we have any savory fans watching this? Yeah? Any salt lovers? Well, you would have loved these, or you might even remember them. They were produced by the famous Keebler company, and their flavors included sour cream, onion, and ranch. Now obviously, the idea was for dipping them in some other sort of sauce, but they held up pretty well by themselves. I did also find a Facebook group about them, but they only have 39 likes, and the most recent post was about 4 years ago saying, "Aylin, what the f*** this?" So yeah, I don't think they'll be making a comeback anytime soon. Alright, moving on to number 7 now, we have Ben & Jerry's Tennessee Mud Flavor. For just 1 year, from 1988 to 1989, Ben & Jerry's fans could enjoy a scoop of Tennessee Mud Flavor. It was coffee ice cream with amaretto, Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey, and roasted slivered almonds. A lot of people loved it, but apparently not enough for it to not be sent to the Ben & Jerry's flavor graveyard. I didn't make that up, that's actually a real place on their website, by the way. This one has its own gravestone that reads, "The bottle is empty, the cup and the glass, mud with Jack Daniels was not meant to last." Ah. Next up at the number 6 spot, we have pancakes and sausage on a stick with chocolate chips. Yeah, you heard me correctly, I did not mess that one up. In 2006, the Jimmy Dean Company released these things. Now I don't know if they were drunk, desperate, or just had a really weird craving. It might have been all three. Some people did like these, emphasis on the some. It's one of the weirdest combinations I think I've ever heard of, but to be honest, I do kind of want to try one to see what it tasted like, and then maybe spit it out straight away. Coming in at the number 5 spot now, we have the 7-Up bar. Now despite its name, 7-Up bar was not related to the famous drink in any way at all. This chocolate bar was first produced in the 1930s and featured 7 pillows of chocolate. Each one contained a different flavour. They would alternate between Brazil nut, buttercream, butterscotch, caramel, cherry, coconut, fudge, mint, nougat, and orange. It was a great idea, but sadly the cost of making these things ended up being way too much, and they were eventually discontinued in 1979. Moving on to number 4 now, we have Pringles Chili Limon. I don't even know if that's the right pronunciation, but right now I bet a lot of you guys are thinking, no, wait, I only saw these things in the store like last year. Well, that's apparently when they were discontinued. It was a very recent discontinuation. This flavour was a very unique Pringles flavour. Personally, I didn't really like it too much, but I know a lot of people did. It had a real cult following who loved its hot and sweet flavour. On the front of it, it said limited time only, so we always knew it was never going to last, but I'm sure if enough fans kick up a fuss, it could be back this time next year. Maybe not. I don't know. Next up at number 3, we're going back to Oreos now for Oreo. That was its real name. These were normal sized Oreos, but the cream inside was chocolate flavored. It's kind of weird because they called it Oreos to be all like, oh no, we made this by accident. We didn't mean to make it chocolate flavored. Whoops. But then they made millions of them and shipped them out for years all over the world. The uh-oh part didn't really make sense then, but that wasn't the point, obviously. People love them for their nice chocolate twist. Sadly, although their packaging promised the great tasting goof was here to stay, they were eventually discontinued. Alright, coming in at number 2 now, we have Turtles Pizza. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have made a little bit of a resurgence in popularity in recent years, but back in the early 90s, Turtle Mania was so huge it ended up creating products like this. Turtles Pizza was made by McCain's, who realized that they could turn the Turtles' love of pizza in the TV show into a real life product. It worked for a while, but they might have gone a little bit too far when they released pizza mini slices, which were covered in a green apple flavored dust. Let's not even go there. Alright guys, we've reached the number 1 spot now, and we have Chester's Cheese Doritos. In 1995, two things came together that should have never come together: Doritos and Cheetos. They had a child together called Chester's Cheese Doritos. It was basically a tortilla chip in the shape of a Dorito, but with the flavor of a Cheeto. It sounds incredible, doesn't it? But apparently didn't actually sell too well, and the companies ended up parting ways and they stopped making it. Some say it was actually just a bit too cheesy. I've actually heard that online. Is that even possible though? We may never know. Alright guys, there are 10 more for you. We've now done 60 discontinued food items. If we missed any of your favorites out, don't forget we also have our discontinued candy, cereal and soda series for you guys to check out. There's a lot more to watch. As always, my name is Danny Burke, and I'll see you all in the next video.